Okay, question for you.
Hmm?
So, if you could see what any character in any movie's life was like prior to seeing them in that movie, who would you like to see?
Who would I like to see? That's a hard question. Oh, who would you like to see?
I kind of want to get into the world of, like, I know he's kind of, not that big of a character, but when I saw Solo recently, I got really interested in Tobias Beckett for some reason. And I figured, I was like, well, if he's like in his late 50s in Solo, that would mean that he was around Han's age during the prequels. So it's like, what was a young Tobias Beckett like going around doing?
He was hunting zombies in West Hollywood and ended up at Bill Murray's house, wasn't
Freaking Murray. It could very well be the Star Wars version of that.
I'm gonna say Neem Nom. I want to figure out how he went up through the ranks in Star Wars. What did he become? Was he a captain or something?
Pilot, I think, a B-wing pilot, and then you got...
Okay, how the hell did Neem Nom do that? How did he go through life going, and everybody understood what he was saying?
Well, he's
to get to be ranks.
I mean, there's other people of his species. I mean, they understood what he was saying, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, Neem Nom meets Tobias Beckett. What would that be like?
Well, it's Star Wars. Anything can happen. Everything has to be tied together, so,
Inquiring minds want to know.
What would happen?
Yeah.
Well, Tobias Beckett probably walk up to him and say, "Hey, Neem Nom, what are you doing here?"
Neem Nom would go,
"You will be buddy, pal." And then he'd try to, I don't know, kill him or something, but then Neem Nom would find a way out because he has to make it somehow in order to fly the Falcon and Jedi.
I just couldn't imagine Neem Nom having sex, though. No!
Oh.
Guys, welcome to the Thanksgiving Black Friday edition of Mortal Ring Wars. Hope everybody out there had an excellent holiday with their family and friends and ate tons of food. We did, didn't we? What was your favorite thing you ate yesterday?
Oh, it was all fantastic.
It was all fantastic.
Might have been my favorite turkey I've had.
Fantastic Beast or Fantastic Roast Beast?
Well, depends on what you want. Do you want a Fantastic Beast or a Fantastic Roast Beast?
I'd rather have a Roast Beast. I think a Fantastic Beast might scare me a little bit.
Well, that's why you have Newt Scamander.
Mm.
He handles those problems.
Or Neem Nom. Or Tobias Beckett. Anyway, good to be back with you guys. Been a few days since we've done anything, so glad to be here, and hopefully you guys will enjoy what we got in store for you today. So what have you been up to in the world of our pop culture lifestyle, Master H?
Well, it's been, a dream of mine since I've gotten older, and since Disney changed the EU and what's canon and what's not to get caught up on the old canon. Because a lot of it doesn't count anymore, but I don't care. From all I've heard in the past as a kid, it all sounded really cool. So, naturally, I started with Shadows of the Empire. And I just finished the novel. As you can see, there it is. And it is amazing. I love this book, now that I've finished it.
What was your favorite part about it?
My favorite? Well, I liked the new characters a lot. Thought they were very interesting, very well done. The adventure itself is really good. Like, it's almost like, I wish this was a real movie. I wish that this was made.
Oh, maybe someday.
That it happened. Disney. Don't screw it up. But, like...
I think Lucas agrees.
Yeah, well, he is named after George Lucas.
This is true.
That wasn't... George Lucas didn't make that. He just approved it. So, we're not allowed to make the prequel movies.
Jar Jar's the key.
Yeah, Jar Jar's the key to all of this. He said that. I'm not kidding.
Look
it up. He said it. And then, like, I know this was all, like, this book was made in a period of Star Wars history where it was the Dark Age for movies, but it was the Golden Age for the extended universe. Because this isn't, this was just the tip of the iceberg, because there's all those novels that came out that took place after the movies, which I'd like to get into someday, but it's so much right now. That's why I kind of started with this, because it's an easy, it takes place between episodes 5 and 6. That's an interesting era to explore,
Right, yeah.
Like I said, I love the adventure of it. It almost has, like, when it comes to the villains, it's got a Game of Thrones-y feel to it. Like, people were trying to stab each other in the back, trying to get ahead of one another to get power. That kind of
Did you
struggle.
picture a theme song playing in your head as you read it?
No.
Who wrote it?
Oh, it's Steve Perry.
Journey?
Yeah. I thought it was the same thing, too. I had the thought run through my head whenever I picked it up.
Knowing how the Empire feels, and I should have been gone.
Yeah. Maybe when Journey split, he decided to write for Lucasfilm or something. And then, again, I keep saying I love the adventure of it, because I like movies that you aren't part of some bigger things. It's just the characters moving from one crazy situation to the next crazy situation, and it's unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen to them, and seeing how they react, depending on who that is in those situations,
Right.
And I mean, the weird part about this book, probably my biggest kind of thing is, again, this takes place between 5 and 6. So at this point, Luke knows that Vader is supposedly his father, right? Now, you'd think that would have that would resonate with him. You'd be thinking about that a lot, But the book only mentions it once or twice. And then it's kind of like he's shuts it out of his thought process, because he's afraid if he thinks about it too much, it'd draw him to the dark side or whatever, which makes sense, but still, I think it's just kind of a weird choice. We wouldn't have him kind of be thinking about it more. But then it makes up for that, though, with exploring what Leia's psychosis is like during this time, losing Han for the first time, and, how to cope with it.
Good segue. Speaking of Leia, some of the cast have come out and said that basically the whole next film is going to be a stunning tribute to her. So that should be interesting. I've seen, I think Oscar Isaac was commenting on, I've seen an article on the Facebook the other day about that. So you highly would recommend it, though, to
yes,
anybody?
I want you to read it. I want the mystery lady in there to read it. Anyone needs to read it.
When Hulk Hogan says you.
When you get a spare moment, you need to read this book.
I shall do that.
And I started on another one, too. I started a Darth Maul book as well.
Oh, the one we showed last time.
Yeah, so it's pretty good so far as well.
It's always cool seeing you getting into the stuff that's been out for a good while, and rediscovering it for you and rediscovering it then, as we talk about for other people. So
I just hope you can, experience
check it out.
well.
Star Wars Shadows of Empire by Steve Perry. And see what you think. So, you want to do toys or news? What do you want?
Well, we don't have many toys, so let's just knock it out of the way.
What did we pick up?
Talking about Tobias Beckett, I was lucky enough to stumble across the
Thorn Cat.
A portion of the second wave of Solo Star Wars Story Force Link figures. I can set them up there.
Yeah, I put a picture of them on Instagram the other day.
So you can see we've got Tobias Beckett, L337, Val, and Rio Durant. They're all very well done, surprisingly. I know points of articulation might not be the greatest, but they do have a pretty decent amount of detail, and he loves the carding on them.
Yeah, I love how these are packed. I take most of my stuff out of the box, but sometimes I'll leave stuff in that looks really good. And we got a nice place in our collection room upstairs where we got all these guys on the wall because of the artwork so good. I'm leaning off frame petting the cat.
And then the thing, looking at these characters, what I was talking about earlier, the thing about Star Wars is, I feel like, as in the movies, like them or not, they have a great way of making side characters that
they do
enrich the world and deepen it. And it's again, Solo, some people might have liked it, some people might not have, but they at least tried to make these people look interesting or different. Like, effort at least was put into their appearance. So, like take these three, with the opening. Like, how did all them meet? Where did, what got a love story going on between these two, When did Forum Monkey John Favreau cross the ranks of zombie hunting Woody
I think that's
Harrelson?
half the fun of good movies, too, is wondering all these things and in your head having little, scenes or backstories in your head of what actually happened.
Like, there's a comic about these three right now that was put out, and it says, like, for a while they had this sort of scam or like a con going on where Tobias Beckett was being like a death priest, and what they would do is Rio would go into a
he is awesome.
What is it? Rio would go into like a gambling match, like, all right. And then Tobias would come in and force choke him. They'd scare away all the people, and once they scared away all the people, they would go in and get the money off the. So they had that kind of, I guess, kind of like an Oliver Twist-esque sort of,
Please, can I have more?
Yeah, that's a good play. I like Oliver Twist.
I do too.
And L3. The thing about her, I was telling you that I liked.
Liberation.
Yeah, she was something. But I did like how they actually tried to make her movement look like it had personality,
And it's cool now because if we imagine the William Falcon as a character, it is actually her now.
In part,
it's
a character.
Yeah, so that's what's kind of smooth about all that. A cool thing, as we're talking about Solo, I saw the other day, because I've been a big fan of the movie. Yeah, there was a couple dumb parts, but for the most of all, I like it's something Star Wars, so I'm going to like it. But I saw where the sales of the DVD have just been off the charts for it. So, whoever's thinking that it was a horrible failure and all that, I think that's great. I think that's, once again, the media, It's funny, before something even comes out, they're saying whether something's good or bad, and it's influencing public opinion before they've even seen the product. So, like I said, don't listen to people, go judge for yourself.
But do you think that, some reviewers are right that even though this is what it was and lots of people enjoyed it, do you think Disney did kind of do it just for money?
Well, everybody does everything for money,
Yeah, but part of me just feels like it's sad to think of it that way. Like, that's not Star Wars to me, just doing it for money.
Right.
I mean, I know, the merchandising, I mean, look at us, we're out buying toys of characters that, are dead or whatever. Like, it didn't matter, but, I don't know, there's just something, I don't even know when it would have started, whenever it started to kind of feel like that. You could probably say the prequels, really. Look at all those people when Episode 1 came out that were going to and raiding the Toys R Us's for the new toys, and, I've seen the clips. I know I wasn't, alive at the time, but you were, and you know about it.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to grow up in an age where cartoons were simply what they were or whatever. They weren't looked at as marketing tools for selling stuff. And has like an older, after the first Star Wars came out and everything, that's what everything became. It just became like marketing tools to sell things and all that. And, but it is what it is. People's gotta make a buck. I guess it creates jobs and, makes the economy boom some and all that, so.
I honestly just like you're one of those people that's been alive enough to experience now all three generations of Star Wars and appreciate all of it.
I am old.
Yeah, but it's like you can appreciate all the different generations for the new stuff that they had to offer. You can acknowledge the kind of crummy stuff, but you can still appreciate it for the stuff. And I think that's a lot.
I consider myself a big Star Wars fan, but I'm not like a uber geek fan that can tell you every little person on every planet and all that stuff, like some people are, and I think a lot of those are the people that's like freaking out over stuff. And it's like, it is what it is. Take it as being we're getting something Star Wars, and at least it looks halfway decent. It ain't like what we just watched. We were just watching the new season of Mystery Science Theater come out, and they playing the old Mac and Me E.T. rip-off movie, and oh my god, if it looked like that, then it would really, really be horrible. But
as you said, here's a piece of Star Wars, and it's really nice, I think.
Well, thank you. I will try it.
You should read it.
Anyway,
I'm promoting that.
Let's go through the news facts roll here.
First
of all, you know, unless you live on a rock, you know about our man Stan Lee passing away. And if you check my channel for the tribute video I did on him, because of how he touched my life, and that, you know, that's just been a big thing, seeing all the different outpour that people have done. If you want to see a really good tribute to him, check out Kevin Smith's channel, and where they did an episode of their Fat Man Beyond, and it was centered on Stan Lee, and how Kevin walks through all the different times he met him and everything, and it's just a very, very fitting tribute. So, you know, thoughts and prayers, you know, I know it's cliche, but are with, you know, him and his, you know, family, and, you know, still thinking about it, you know, still hit us all pretty hard.
Apologies for the toy butt.
Yeah, we'll see every video, man. And what do you think about everybody saying that Deadpool should make the cameos in the movies now after all his is used up, because he pre-recorded a bunch?
Well, I mean, it would be funny. I mean, or like what you were talking about the other day, having Kevin Smith do it would also be interesting. But then my mom had an interesting idea. I was talking to her about it, and she's like, "Why don't they just have a picture of Stan Lee?"
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do something like that. Just have him on a poster or something like that.
Yeah, that could be an interesting way.
Beef's wanting to ambush our microphone like terribly.
Doing it without feeling like forceful or like you're replacing.
Right,
like,
right.
That could be like a good way to do it.
But yeah, man, I mean, and then of course you know, I've seen so many awesome tributes and art and people talking about, but the only thing that's been there's been two negative things come out. One was Arnie Hammer comment about everybody putting their pictures up of their pictures up of them with Stan Lee, and then
what the heck was his deal?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan basically
on
ripped him, and then he apologized. So, you know, but that wasn't as bad as this idiot wannabe news guy, Bill Maher or Mayer, or however you say it. Mystery Lady, how do you say his last name? Maher? Yeah, him coming out and just basically saying, you know, everybody, you know, he created a world of idiots, and they're the reason why things are the way they are, and you know. And just like the guy went him in the ground, and he's making a comment like that. And I mean, people just really fire back, because it's just right to say stuff like that, man. Especially somebody who brought so much joy to so many people's lives. I mean, props up to Neil Gaiman. He fired back at him really good. And then, you know, he went on to make a comment that all this stuff, because everybody firing back at him, was just proved his point, you know. It proved your point that you're an asshole, excuse my French. But, yeah, so that is what it is. You're always going to have somebody that's going to be an ignorant bastard in a situation like this. So, you know, Bill Fusco Usted to you. Anyway.
Do you go through the trouble of learning to say that in Spanish?
No, it's one of the few phrases I know. But anyway, let's...
When did you... I'll ask you back. Just
it's me. You should know.
How is that?
But on to some other stuff, and we'll try to pick our spirits up, because we're still feeling it for Stan. Just check out my video if you haven't seen it.
Oh my god!
And those of you that did already, thank you. The dude from 2.5 Men, John, is it Krieger? Krieger? Cryer? I don't know. I know who he is, but I'm bad with names. He's going to be Lex Luthor in Supergirl now, apparently. So that'll be interesting. He'll probably do a whole 180, and really, you know, I'm interested to see what he brings to it. I'll watch Supergirl. I'm way behind, but I'll be interested to see what happens. So check that out. He's going to be Lex Luthor. Who do you think would be the best Lex Luthor?
Oh man,
that is a good question.
I saw a picture of somebody the other day, and I thought they do really good. If it's smooth, get the guy that played Varys to be him. That'd be fun.
Interesting. Let's see, what else? General Mills is unleashing a universe, because there's already universal monsters, so don't confuse it. General Mills, we're talking Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Boo Berry.
What?
They're coming up with their own universe, and they're going to have films. So you're going to get to see the Count Chocula movie.
Right.
1, 2, 3 bananas. Oh, no, that's the Count from Sesame Street. But anyway, so, yeah, a General Mills universe. You can hardly wait, can you? You guys have bought all them pops.
I'm overjoyed.
So, yeah. But that should be definitely smooth, if nothing else. I think that's a good word. Let's see. Final Aquaman trailer was out.
Oh, yeah.
Still looks really good, really cool. Can't wait to see it here this coming month. Any thoughts?
Can Jason Momoa out-beautify himself?
And if so?
He's just... That man is unnaturally beautiful. And I love him and hate him for it.
What's the other thing that guy narrates some shows also? Ancient astronauts theorists.
Yeah, ancient astronaut theorists suggest.
And if so...
Why is it them? Who are these, like... That reminds me of that Taco Bell commercial. It's like the burger people, they. Like, why do they have a say? How do they know better than anyone?
Speaking of burger people, it's going to be the Meister Burger.
Yeah.
We're watching him this month.
Well, not yet, but we're close. It's the day
So, yeah, Aquaman coming out. Trailer looks awesome. There's supposed to be a mid-credits scene. So, taking a page from Marvel's book.
They've done it before.
The Avengers trailer supposedly is... I heard... What, today? It was today the 24th? What's today? 23rd? Well, I heard it was the 24th it's going to come out, so... We'll see if that comes out. We even have that to talk about. And while we're on movies, they're releasing a PG-13 version of the last Deadpool movie called Once Upon a Deadpool. If you ain't seen the trailer for it, it's hilarious. Check it out. Should be smooth. I doubt I go see it because really, who wants to? And hi, Tori. Say hi to everybody. Just get right in the shot. There you go. Show them your butt. Why don't you for like the 500th time? Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Tori's butt. Let's give it a big round of applause.
Right in the dang shot.
So anyway.
Gosh.
You damn cats.
Ow.
The Once Upon a Deadpool.
Like unnecessarily close.
Yeah, I know.
Even for her.
We'll have to watch it on the playback. Up close and personal with Tori Cat. Dan Aykroyd is writing a script for Ghostbusters 3. I guess he looked at this past remake and thought, the piece of shit, I'm going to do something about,
Well, he was in Ghostbusters too, so.
And he has the smooth voice like this. I'm going to write a script for Ghostbusters 3 and that's going to be it. These imbeciles have ruined my movie. So
you started it.
We'll see what happened on that.
Him, but he was involved.
And the movie I still haven't seen yet, or saw, or however the proper English phrasing is, the Venom movie.
I have no desire to.
I'm going to see it because everybody likes it. It beat Star Wars for worldwide box office. The original Star Wars was at $780.5 million. So, yeah, hats off to them. That's pretty cool that it did that. But yeah, man, it's number 84 on the list, supposedly, of films that made money. So that's going to be interesting. We're definitely going to check it out. Probably not going to see it in theaters at this point, but definitely going to check it out when it hits either Netflix or DVD or whatever. And then the final really tidbit of news is the whole what happened with Johnny Depp and the Pirates movies. Because supposedly you're talking about there's going to be a female lead now and all this kind of greasy stuff. What's up with that?
Well,
do you know anything about it?
I mean,
I can't see them going on without him.
Well, okay, look. I love Pirates, alright, the movie, but it should have just died, honestly, by now. Like, the fifth wasn't all that good. The fourth was meh. The second and third, nobody really asked for. They were okay but complicated. The first, they should have just left it at that. I mean, I'll admit that I have a nostalgic like of the second one, but, a lot of, they've just been declining in quality as it is, and I feel like just getting rid of it's just that's the nail in the coffin right there, because it's like at least they've all had him up to this point, even if he hasn't been handled as well as he has the first each time, but, I don't know, just...
I think everybody's liking him in the new Harry Potter universe film.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, a lot of the Harry Potter YouTubers and all that seem like they're digging what he did. So, congrats to him there. But yeah, I just can't see him going on without him with pirates and that. So, that's all I got for news. Did you hear any other tidbits or
Only other thing I can think of
any
is
birthdays or anything? Or?
Well, the Birds of Prey got its
Birds of
full
Prey
title announced. You've
Yeah,
got
what is it?
Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn. So the thing is that's a long unnecessary title maybe, but it is kind of her, I'll admit. Like, it sounds like something that she did.
I wonder if we're gonna dress her that all slutty again.
Well, you know, that's not my favorite costume. My favorite costume is like her Injustice 2 look, where it's kind of like a mix between her classic like comic gesture look and more modern clothing. It's kind of a nice marrying of them. And I'd like to see that done sometime. And I'm excited for the movie just because she was my favorite part of Suicide Squad, probably most people's favorite part. And I like to see her, like, I think she's a better character when she's not tied to the Joker.
Oh, I think she nailed the part and everything. But they might as well made the title. Let's make this movie to show off Harley Quinn for whole 2 hours and her portrayal. You know what I mean?
It's like, the thing is, when you have her tied to the Joker, I know that's how she started, but like, what she can do as a character is just so limited, I feel. All she can just be is the henchman of the Joker. That's it. But then once she goes out on her own, I mean, she's a fun character. Like, a very improvisational kind of person. You could do so much with her. I hope they, use that
What would
aspect
you do?
of it.
What would you do if you went to it and they ripped off your idea and it was
I'd be so
the Harley
mad.
Quinn meets Wolverine
I would be
crossover movie?
So upset. No,
he has this massive idea of the whole Harley Quinn Wolverine crossover.
No, it's not. It's not freaking fanfic BS. Okay, it's not like you know what the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's not that. I don't want to say trash, but not to put it frank, but that's how a lot of it seems to be. It's not
Frank, he passed away several years ago.
That was great.
No, I know.
And then, but like, what would make me more upset if they did it and they did it good, I'd be all right with it probably. But if they did it and freaking crushed it, I would be pissed. Excuse me, but I would be.
How dare you, a private school young man?
And you just mentioned the video, and that will give them even better chances. You might as well just cut all this all together.
No, don't say anything more. Don't give away the plot.
I know, but still, now people
It'll
know.
Be a feature.
Now people know I'm thinking
It'll be
about
a
it.
Hunter production.
And they're probably going to be trying to speculate, because I know how you internet people are.
What would he do?
Every little thing, every little splice of things we say has to mean something, so...
You internet people.
Am I right?
Yeah, I guess you are, yeah.
With all the people in Star Wars, every little line, like...
Alright, so anything else?
I don't know. Just... I didn't see anybody's birthdays, I don't think. No, wait, wasn't it? Well, you posted it was Alden Ehrenreich's birthday yesterday.
Oh, yeah, it was his. So, happy birthday to him.
Mm-hmm.
And any of you that have birthdays out there, happy birthday to you.
30, not, whatever.
But yeah, so, shall I do the metal minute?
If you wish.
If I must. Tons of stuff, let's see. I'll try to go through this real quick. For any of these people that are not into the rock and thing like I am, if you don't know, I'm the lead singer of a band called Relic. I've been singing in bands for 30 years, and yeah, so this is the metal minute. Queensryche have a new album coming out. It's called The Man the Machine. Their new single is called The Verdict. It's awesome. Check it out if you haven't yet. There's a new James Hetfield Signature Series ESP guitar. It's called the LTD Snakebite. Check it out, and I think it's like looks really cool, so check it out, all you guitar guys, if there's any of you out there. I'd like to have one of everybody's signature series and then fill a whole house and drive the mystery lady crazy. The Foo Fighters did a tribute concert to raise money for the wildfire victims, and they raised over $100,000. Kudos to them for that. Smashing Pumpkins have a Christmas CD they're going to be working on. It's going to be out in the future. A lot of good deeds in this list. 500 Death Punch singer Ian Moody donated 50 sleeping bags to the homeless
From the fires?
I don't think it was from the fires. I think it was like a homeless like boys group or something like that. But kudos to him for doing that. Nina Strauss has a new album coming out called Control Chaos. She's a guitar god. She was on all Alice Cooper's tours. Warren drummer Stephen Sweet had announced he has prostate cancer he's battling. So prayers to him and his family, and hopefully he'll pull through it all right. Phil Samu, the lead singer of Pantera, did a set of Pantera this past week, and he dedicated it to the Paul brothers. And I don't think he's done a lot of their songs while they was alive. So, but it was in the Viper Room in Hollywood. So, seen a couple clips. It looks like he still has it. So,
Cool.
Interesting to see. Some more like health news. Bret Michaels had a kidney stone. He was he had some kind of weird procedure. A lithotripsy, I think is what it's called. But he's on the mend as well. Aerosmith guitarist Joe Perry was hospitalized because he was out of all people's show. He was at a Billy Joel show, and he was like sitting in or something, and he started feeling bad. So he had shortness of breath, so they took him to the hospital, and he had they said allergies and fatigue, but he's released now and as one man. But he did cancel his upcoming, I think it was a solo tour, I guess, because I guess it scared him. But and let's see, that's about it.
I've seen anything about Ozzy?
He's apparently better because they rescheduled all the tour dates and everything. So, hope all you guys that are sick are better. And that pretty much does it for the Metal Minute.
Cool.
Any thoughts on any of them stories? Well, a lot of these guys that's been around for a while getting sick and all. I mean,
yeah.
It's crazy.
No, it's weird. It's like all the younger ones are dying, but then all the older ones are just getting sick and stuff. It's like, what is it that it says? The young perish and the old linger, or something like that. You have to put up with all this stuff,
But that's just like Steve Sweet. I remember when Warren was playing, they were playing around here, and I got to meet him and them guys, and they seemed like a good bunch of guys. Funny story, he actually tried to get the girl I was at the show with to go out to the tour bus with him that time when and she was like, no, I know what goes on the tour bus. So I kind of saved her. I was like, oh, she's with me, So even though we were just friends and all, but it was funny at the time.
Do I know them?
I don't think so.
Just curious.
No, but
I don't know if anything compared to your meeting of Jack Blades, but
yeah, he was pretty cool too. And
hey guys,
Tori, no, she's trying to lock the camera down. Oh, let me just show you to the people. This is our little troublemaker.
One of them.
Tori Cat.
She's a sweet cat.
She has some bangle in her, and she's really smart, and she's like into everything. But she is a sweetheart. So I'll get her now. There you go, baby. But yeah, that's what's going on. Not much else. We showed our figures. We hope everybody out there had an awesome Thanksgiving, as we said, and we're going to go out and do some. We do all do our shopping. Not that we're big shoppers. Late on Black Friday, and just kind of pick up the scraps because anything I want, I'll already order online or whatever anyway. So we're going to do that, and maybe we'll have some stuff to show you guys afterwards. But besides that, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday.
Yeah.
And with all your family and friends, and hope you had a lot of food, and I hope you took time to remember those that don't have. And anybody that out there that helped anybody like that in any way, thank you. And thank you guys for supporting our channel and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, man. We like to have a lot of fun here. So please comment below. I like to hear your comments, what you guys have to think. And if you got any thoughts on anything we talked about. So I guess that's it. So we'll try to be back this coming week with another show. For my man Crazy H, Brett the Tank Downey, saying do one thing, one act of kindness this week for somebody and make a difference in their life. The world needs it. Peace out. God bless. Let's drag it towards us.